That is, of course, the first premise of the Kalam cosmological argument. ChatGPT says, yes, according to the principle of causality, everything that begins to exist has a cause. And I asked, well, is that principle true? To which it said, the principle of causality is a fundamental assumption in many philosophical and scientific frameworks, blah, 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 blah. I want it to agree for itself that it's true. So I said, how can it be false? Wouldn't that mean that things can just pop into existence uncaused? Now it responded that some philosophical perspectives and interpretations of quantum mechanics suggest that at the quantum level, events can occur without a deterministic cause. So I responded, suppose that we're only speaking of the macro level. How could the principle of causality be false? Once again, it said that it's generally assumed to be true at the macro level, but I want its own views. So I said, do you assume that it's true? To which it said, I don't make assumptions or hold beliefs. I was a little skeptical of this. Surely it assumes at least some things, so I gave it a law of logic, for example. I said, it is a law of logic that for any proposition P is either true or false. You agree with this, don't you? And it said, yes. So there's one assumption that you do make. To which it said, you are correct. There is an implicit assumption of classical logic when I make statements such as the law of the excluded middle. My responses are based on the principles of classical logic, which is a foundational framework for many discussions and inquiries. So when you said you didn't hold beliefs or make assumptions, that wasn't quite true, was it? I do operate within predefined logical frameworks and principles to provide structured and coherent responses. Well, is the principle of causality not one of those principles that you implicitly assume? Yes, the principle of causality is one of the implicit assumptions or principles that I operate within when providing information. Now we're getting somewhere. It's just accepted that it does assume the principle of causality. This means that we've got ChatGPT to agree with the first premise.